This is the first in a series of videos that will expose the so-called humane rules of the Cheyenne Frontier Days Rodeo. In early July 2010, Shark noticed that the Cheyenne Frontier Days Rodeo website touted a new humane rule, a no jerk-down rule. The rule read, quote, "A no jerk-down rule provides for fines if a contestant jerks a calf over backwards in tie-down roping," unquote. Tie-down roping is rodeo newspeak for calf roping. The rodeo world decided that people in the 21st century just might get turned off to the thought of baby animals just a few months old being brutalized. So rather than stop the brutality, they simply renamed it. One of the most egregious cruelties of the infamous Cheyenne Frontier Days Rodeo is the jerk-down of young calves. A jerk-down occurs when a contestant snaps the knot of his rope to the top of the calf's neck just before it goes tight. The result is that the calf is violently clotheslined straight over backwards and falls onto her back, neck, or head, her legs completely off the ground. A jerk-down puts tremendous stress on a calf's entire body. Their hind legs can be strained to the point that they snap. A jerk-down can break a calf's neck or back and can cause a collapsed trachea and internal injuries. The calves are considered expendable. That's just the way it works in rodeo. A jerk-down is an especially cruel and dangerous method of roping that the rodeo industry pretends is banned. Nothing could be further from the truth, especially at the Cheyenne Frontier Days Rodeo, where jerk-downs are rampant. The propaganda of the Cheyenne Rodeo website tells a very different story. The CFD website states emphatically, quote, "We take our commitment to animal care seriously," unquote, and, quote, "Cheyenne Frontier Days does not condone animal abuse," unquote. So news of Cheyenne's new no jerk-down rule would be a badly needed step in the right direction. We sent emails to CFD representatives, including Executive Director Dave Johansson, Public Relations Director Jerry Sizz, and Military Liaison Colonel Gary Pond. General Chairman Rod Hoddle was included in the email, although he had no listed email address on the CFD site. We asked for details of the new no jerk-down rule. We asked how much the fines would be and whether a contestant would be disqualified for the intentional endangerment of a calf's life. Challenged, or should I say cornered, about its new supposed rule, CFD officials predictably did not respond to us, but they did act in a way that clearly defined the Cheyenne Frontier Days. Within hours, the new rule banning the cruel, brutal, and life-threatening jerk-downs of young calves was simply removed from the CFD website with no further comment. One moment the rule was there, and the next it was not. Here you see the rule, third from the bottom, and here it is gone. Now you see it, now you don't. Just like magic. Let us recall again that the CFD website states, quote, "We take our commitment to animal care seriously," unquote, and, quote, "Cheyenne Frontier Days does not condone animal abuse," unquote. Given Cheyenne's magically disappearing no jerk-down rule, I will leave it to you to assess the value of these claims. As for the local media, not one newspaper or television station reported the story, in spite of Shark sending out a press release. Cheyenne, and indeed the state of Wyoming, is largely willing to stand by the cruelty of the Cheyenne Rodeo to keep the money flowing from this orgy of abuse. It should be mentioned that the way calves are roped in rodeo bears no resemblance to how they are roped in a ranch. A calf is not made to run full out on the range, and is not jerked down because no legitimate rancher can afford to see his animals abused, injured, and killed. A ranch hand treating an animal like this would be fired and might get a good whipping while being escorted off the property. Karma, however, has a way of catching up to animal abusers. The Wyoming Tribune-Eagle reported that the Cheyenne Frontier Days has lost $1.3 million over the past couple years. Cheyenne has lost a number of corporate sponsors, and we predict they will lose many more. Let's hope people are waking up to the indefensible abuse of rodeos and are spending their time and money on something, anything more positive. The Cheyenne Rodeo's current unethical corporate sponsors include Coca-Cola, Sonic, and Dodge Trucks. One new sponsor is American Airlines. As you watch yet another injured Cheyenne Rodeo calf, feel free to contact Sean Bentel, Manager of Customer Relations for American Airlines, at 817-967-2116 Or, as you watch yet another injured calf hauled out of Cheyenne, you can call Mark Mitchell, Managing Director of Customer Experience at American Airlines, at 817-931-7523. Feel free to tell Sean and Mark just what you think of American Airlines sponsoring the cruelty of the Cheyenne Frontier Days Rodeo. This is Steve Hindy for Showing Animals Respect and Kindness.